So is now a good time to get into actually doing e-commerce?
Definitely, yeah.
So why?
The field, I mean, the competition. E-commerce has a lot of advantages for folks who want to get involved in it. The competition is as a whole, on average, it's poor. It's really poor.
Like in a sophistication way, they're just not.
Yeah, when you think about it, right, you've got an awful lot of social pressure that keeps high performers from getting involved in the first place. Now, there's exceptions. Well, like take your best students, for instance. With the exception of those that'll end up going over to Amazon or that'll go to the big brands, right? Most of your top tier of students are going to be forced by family pressure, friend pressure, peer pressure, whatever, to go work at an investment bank or go work at Amazon or go to law school or go to med school, whatever the case may be, right? So you've got the whole upper echelon with some exceptions, but you got the upper echelon just getting chopped right off. Which then leaves you with what I would argue is a different group of people. As a whole, I think you end up with a void in the e-commerce space where the folks who end up filling it are often less educated, they're less knowledgeable, they usually don't have a lot from a resource perspective, there's a lot of focus on lifestyle and get-rich-quick schemes and stuff like that. And when that's your competition, that's just butter.
It sounds like like if somebody were to come into the space with a knowledge of more of the theoretical ways that and the real business practices behind it, then they could actually really get ahead.
Somebody who comes in that's ultra aggressive, recognizes what it takes to actually build a business, realizes it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to flip a switch and be driving a Lamborghini. In fact, the people who are doing that they're fake. They're almost all posers.
Oh yeah, they're renting cars and stuff.
Yeah, it's total bullshit. But somebody who comes into it recognizing that, somebody who comes into it and has the critical thinking skills that are needed, the learning skills that are needed to say make mistakes, but then figure out what it is that went wrong, learn from it, try it again. Those folks can just tear it up because there's not a lot of them in the space.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, I would say it's as good a time as any to get into the e-commerce space. It is across all the operations that I've got. The e-commerce field is by far the weakest. You've got folks that just shouldn't be there, and there's a lot of them.
And so if you have your capital, if you have your plan, now's a good time to take it action. All right, bet. All right, Moises, you ready to start?
We're actually rolling, guys.
Okay, well, cool. All right, well then I guess let's get started.